Hello student, in previous video we have seen about the unsaturated hydrocarbons electron dot structure. In that we have seen ethene, ethene, and it is a C2H4. It's an example of unsaturated hydrocarbon because in ethene there is between carbon atoms double bond is there. Here you can see there is a two pair of electron is shared by these two carbon. So between the carbon atom there is double bond is there. So for the double bond the suffix ene is used and it is example of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Same like for the ethene by-NEN, and here you can see the in electron dot structure that between the two carbon atom there is a three pair of electron is shared. So here the between the two carbon atom three bond is there. So it is also a unsaturated example of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now then after have the name and molecular formula and the structure formula of unsaturated hydrocarbon that we have seen in that for a double bond alkenes ene methene ethene it is start from the ethene because for the double bond it require two carbon. So it starts from ethene, propene and butene. So here you can see the name, molecular formula and structural formula of unsaturated hydrocarbon alkenes ene. So the ethene it's a C2H4. Here you can see between the carbon there is double bond is there, and here you can see here the mistake in a formula. So C2H4 only, here the mistake is there, that's why. Now the second one that is of propene C3H6. It is if the 3 is there then it's propene and 2 bond, that's why suffix ene is used. Same like for the 4 carbon atom butane, butene. Here the ane not ane, ene. Here also mistake because here the double bond is there, that's why. Now for the alkenes YNE, YNE, it is stand for the triple bond and the formula is C2H2, and here you can see there is a triple bond between the two carbon atom, and propene means 3 carbon and between the two carbon atom there is 3 bond, and for a butene also butene is for the 4 carbon and between two carbon atom there is a triple bond. Now the carbon compound on the basis of their structure, in that the first carbon compound basis on their structure is the straight, or you can say the unbranched chain, means without branch, a single line straight line structure, it's called the straight chain structure, or you can say the unbranched structure. Here you can see in the figure it's a types of saturated hydrocarbon, and there is a single bond between the carbon atom, and the example that is of C3H8. Here the 3 carbon means methane, ethane, propane. It's called the propane, ANE. It's a simple alkane, or you can say the saturated type of alkane. Here in the formula there is mistake. Here one more hydrogen is there attached with the carbon, and then the valence is satisfied. So the straight, or you can say the unbranched change, and the example of it straight line carbon compound is C3H8, and it is a propane. Here one more hydrogen is there. Now let's move further. The second type of compound second type of carbon compound is a branch one according to the formula. Here you can see in the carbon chain there is a branch. So this kind of structure we consider as a branch structure. and it's a 1 2 3 4 5. Here the 5 atom is there, and here also 1 2 3 4 5. In the number of carbon is same. Here you can see between these two things the number of carbon is same, but the structure is different. So in case of when the number of carbon atom is same but the structure is different, then it is called the isomer. Here the isomer of pentene is given. You can see over here the N-pentene, isopentene and neopentene. In these three of these structure you can see the number of carbon is same, means it is a 5 only, but the structure of the carbon is a different. Here you can see in the first one it's a chain structure, whereas this isopentene and the neopentene there is a branch structure is there. So this kind of structure is known as a isomer. So this all three is called the isomer of pentane. By pentane here the 5 carbon atom is there, and number of atom 5 in each of that. If you are see that 1 2 3 4 5 carbon, 1 2 3 4 5 carbon, 1 2 3 4 5 carbon. In this all of this structure the number of carbon atom is same 5 only, but here you can see the structure is a different, these three of them. So it is called the isomer of pentane. Formula is same, but the structure is different. So it is called the isomer. If asked that in exam that write down the isomer of the pentane, then you have to write down these three formula, the N-pentene, isopentene and neopentene. Whereas for the N-pentene, it's a simple saturated or you can say the stretch band structure. Whereas in isopentene, the second carbon at the below it, there is a branch and other one carbon is attached like this one. Here you can see the simple structure. If you are see over here, it's like this only. It is the example of isopentene, and rest of the hydrogen is there. And then the neopentene, it's like this structure. Here for the making valency hydrogen you have to keep, so it is become like this only. Here you can see there's 4 carbon in straight like this, and on the second carbon there is a branch of the other carbon. Here you can see on the second carbon there is a branch of other carbon, and for the satisfaction of the valency the hydrogen atom is there. So hydrocarbon. So example of isopentene. Now let's see the neopentene. It's the same structure like this only. It's a neopentene. Here the hydrogen, here hydrogen, here each carbon possesses a 3 hydrogen. So you get this kind of structure. So if asked in exam that write down in two types of question may ask that write down the carbon compound on the basis of their structure. Then there is a two types, straight line or you can say the straight or unbranched chain. In that you can write down the example of methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane. Pentane example ANA, and the all carbon has single bonded and it is in a line, straight line. Now the next one, it's a branch structure of the carbon. In that you can see the one single straight line and in that the branches arise. So this kind of structure we consider as a branch structure. Over here as well there is a two branch, one is upper side and one is lower side. So it is also an example of the branch carbon structure. Now according to the branch carbon structure there is one terminology, it's called the isomerization or isomer as well. If asked that write down what is isomerism. In isomer there is a uh, formula of compound is same but the structure is different. Here you can see in the formula the C5H12 in all these three structure. But here in structure it is a different one. Formula is same but the structure is different. Here the C5H12. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is in a 5 carbon and 12 hydrogen. But it is in a straight line. But here you can see the same formula C5H12 only. But here the arrangement of the carbon atom is different. The branch structure here you can see. So it is a isopentene. And the third one that is of neopentene. Here also the 5 carbon and the 12 hydrogen is there. So it is called the neopentene. So these three above compound has the same molecular formula. In each of the structure you can see the molecular formula is the same. C5H12 is there only. But here you can see that the structure of this compound is different. So this kind of structure is called the isomer. And this phenomena is known as isomerism. Let's see one more time. These three above compound as we see that the N-pentene, isopentene and neopentene. These three compound has the same molecular formula and that is of C5H12 but it possesses a different structure. So it is called the isomer and this phenomena is known as a isomerization. These three above compound like N-pentene, isopentene, neopentene. The molecular formula is C5H12. This molecular formula of three of them same but the structure you can see. In the first one it's a straight line. In the second one it's a branch one but it is only a lower or you can say the downside branch only. But in neopentene the upward and downwards both the side branch is there. So the structure is different. So it is called the isomer of pentene. And this phenomena is known as a isomerization. Now let's see the third type of carbon. It's called the cyclic carbon. Here you can see it is in a cycle form. So it is called the cyclic structure. And the example it's a C6H12. It's called as a benzene. Common name it's a benzene. And here you can see the 6 carbon atom. It is arranged in a branch structure. And this is called the saturated. Why saturated? Because between the two carbon atom there is a single bond is there. So it is called the cyclic soluted or you can say cyclic saturated, not soluted, cyclic saturated hydrocarbon. But suppose here the two bond is there like here. You can see the C6H6. It is called the benzene because the two bond is there between the two carbon atom and it is the example of a unsaturated hydrocarbon because between the two carbon atom there is a double bond is there. The first type of carbon compound basis on their structure it's a straight. Then after we have seen about the branch structure and now the third type of structure is a cyclic structure. In branch structure we have to describe the phenomena isomerization and also write down the definition of isomer. Now the third type of carbon based on the structure is a cyclic kind of and the example of cyclic carbon is C6H12. Here you can see the 6 carbon is there and between the carbon atom there is a single bond is there. So it is called the saturated carbon. And the second one, that is a cyclic unsaturated hydrocarbon. Why it is called the unsaturated hydrocarbon? Because here between the two carbon atom there is a double bond is present. So this formula is become a C6H6 like a ENE, benzene, and this is called the benzene, ENE, benzene. The how it is exactly occur, that we will see in next lecture. Till then, bye bye, take care.